Democratic leader Larry Hall in the House of Representatives, along with the Democrats in the House of Representatives who came to this notice fifth special session, extra special session on the House of Representatives under the charge of supposedly having a clean bill to fully repeal House Bill 2. You've been here all day, most of you, so have we, and the citizens of North Carolina have been waiting all day for what action we would take, and they're still waiting, and we've taken no action, although we were charged with fully repealing House Bill 2. And it's clear that the city of Charlotte acted in good faith after entering an agreement with the Speaker and the President of the Senate on what would be necessary with the consultation of now Governor Pat McCrory on what needed to happen in order for us to fully repeal House Bill 2. The City Council of Charlotte relied on that. They took the actions necessary as agreed upon, and now they've been stiffed by the legislature, and the citizens of Charlotte and of North Carolina have paid for nothing happening today. And that certainly is a failure on the part of leadership here for the Republican House and Senate and the sitting governor, Governor McCrory, unfortunately. And the folks who are damaged most are the citizens of North Carolina who continue to lose jobs, opportunities, income, economic development, and the reputation of North Carolina will continue to suffer. We've got many of our representatives here who came from across the state today to be here to participate in righting this wrong, and I'm going to have them come forward as they see fit. I want to start though with Representative Baskerville, who's serving his last term, but came down, left his law practice specifically to work on this issue, and also Representative Dwayne Hall, who's from right here in Raleigh. Representative Chris Grove, would you come here to Mike so you all can be in this order, and Representative Big Shaw. President Baskerville.
Today was a disappointment, not just for the members of the Democratic Caucus, but for the entire state of North Carolina, including a large swath of those citizens that made their presence felt this evening by attending our session. For the majority party to control the Senate, to control the House with a super majority, and for us to be up here 8-9 hours all day long to get nothing accomplished after we call a special session to do that is unconscionable, and it's a disservice to the citizens of our state.
I'd like to join in my disappointment. We were promised a clean and full repeal bill. Not only did we get that, but after the House adjourned, I sat in the Senate, and they tried to double down on discrimination. They tried to offer us something even worse. It was a moratorium that could go on beyond 6 months. And I think this is a disappointment, not just for our economy, our businesses, but all of North Carolinians.
Well, North Carolina is out of time to deal with something that we should have dealt with 275 days ago. 275 days ago was when House Bill 2 was passed, and we all know that 275 days later, we've lost the NCAA tournament games, we've lost NBA All-Star Game, we've lost PayPal, we've lost jobs at the Greensboro Coliseum where I represent when entertainers had to cancel because North Carolina wasn't a welcoming place for all of their fans. We unfortunately sent a message, Phil Berger and Tim Moore did today, that the state of North Carolina is closed for business. And when people see that the state of North Carolina is closed for business, they're going to see that it is because Tim Moore and Phil Berger and their respective caucuses failed to do the right thing for the state of North Carolina. I also sat in that last Senate debate, and we don't have time for the political antics that Senator Berger tried to pull anymore, because 275 days later, we are still suffering, and we must stand up and get real leadership, and that's not Phil Berger and Tim Moore.
we have some folks who are from the area that was particularly affected. Representative Becky Carney and also Representative-elect John Autry, who was also a member of the Charlotte City Council, that in good faith retracted their ordinance and tried to do everything they could to ensure the path was clear based on their agreement for a full repeal bill, which obviously we did not get. Representative Carney, Representative Autry.
Thank you. Excuse me, I am Representative Becky Carney. I represent District 1 and 2 in Charlotte. We did come up here today thinking, hallelujah, HB2 is going to have a full repeal. So we've been here all day waiting and waiting and waiting. You know, we talk a lot about the business that we have lost in this state because of HB2. But to me, the saddest part, the hardest pill to swallow, is the very fact that discrimination is still alive and well in North Carolina. That's not right. It's 2016. Around the country, other cities have done what my city did. But my city acted, as you've heard over and over and over, in good faith. I was there for the debate on Monday. Representative-elect John Autry was one of the voters. And when Charlotte realized that someone here accused them of not doing a full repeal, they came back to the table and said, okay, we'll take the date off. We'll do a full repeal in good faith that you're going to hold up to your end of the deal. But you know, my dad taught me, every deal that's made is a deal that can be broken. And that's what happened today.
Good evening, everybody. All I can say is just how disappointed I am in what appears to be the lack of leadership in the General Assembly of North Carolina. They've shown us time and time again that discrimination is absolutely okay in North Carolina. Now, I'm sure that may help with recruiting some sorts of businesses, but none that I've been involved with, and none that the city of Charlotte and the Charlotte Chamber and people in North Carolina expect to bring to North Carolina. Today, we do not have the NBA tournament. We do not have NCAA tournaments, and I don't see the hope of anything coming forward to be able to change that situation anytime soon. This is really a terrible day for the state of North Carolina and the people of North Carolina who have been bleeding their economy dry ever since HB2 was passed by this body in March of 2016. Governor Cooper, Governor-elect Cooper, let me say that, has shown exemplary leadership in trying to put this deal together. And everybody came in here today in the best faith effort to make this go away and stop the bleeding of our economy. I applaud Governor-elect Cooper. I look forward to serving with him in the future. But, I mean, how do you work with people who refuse to be leaders, refuse to bring forward and hold up their part of the bargain? Thank you very much.
I have been a member of this body for close to 40 years. And this is the first time that I have ever seen anything like this happen in this body. Normally, when you get commitments made for leadership, those commitments are followed through whether you like them or not. This time, we had no follow through for any of the commitments that were made. It points out to me that somehow leadership in this situation has failed miserably. Came in here on the premise that it would be a clean bill to do away with House Bill 2, a bill that has wreaked havoc on our economic situation, on our social situation, and everything. So commitments made. You wrote about
take some questions. I want to make one final point, and it's really important. The partnership of businesses and individuals who came forward and relied upon this agreement that was made. And many of you have interviewed the parties to that agreement. They explained to you what they agreed to. Who relied upon the word of the leadership in the House and the Senate and the sitting governor have now been turned back, in those jobs, and the business community that exerted that faith and provided that faith has now been really pushed down, and we'll lose those jobs. But those jobs translate into families who don't have that opportunity to have the earnings they need to be successful. So as we look at this holiday season and we take away the hope of so many North Carolinians who won't have those jobs from those companies that will not come to this state or will leave, we need to be mindful that we're dealing with people's lives, with the businesses and the economic health of our communities. And today, we turned our back as a state under Republican leadership on those businesses, on those communities, and those families. We'll take questions. Yes, sir.
This may be more appropriately addressed by Representative Audrey, but we heard from Senator Berger and some of his colleagues today that it was the Charlotte City Council that broke the ban on this by not doing a board deal at the beginning of this week, by walking in deals throughout the year. Basically, he was placing the blame squarely on our current body. I'd just like to get your take. The city of Charlotte is essentially being blamed by Republicans for helping to kill this thing.
We've been blamed for this whole thing all along. And Charlotte has never been the problem. Charlotte did absolutely the right thing by passing an amendment to its non-discrimination ordinance that added LGBT citizens to our protected classes. That was the right thing for Charlotte to do. HB2 came along, and then businesses started deciding that they weren't going to be coming to North Carolina. Then concerts and conventions and sporting events decided that they weren't going to be coming to North Carolina after this body passed HB2. Charlotte has never been the problem. Charlotte was not the problem today. Charlotte acted Monday morning absolutely the best faith possible with all the understanding and all the chips on the table about what Charlotte needed to do. This morning, when it came up that there was something else that should have been done, Charlotte took the initiative and showed leadership to the people of North Carolina that they were willing to do what they needed to do to resolve the issue of HB2 in North Carolina. Charlotte is not the problem. Charlotte has never been the problem. It's the leadership of this body that is the problem.
So what would you say to your friends on the liberal end of the spectrum who are saying that Charlotte got suckered today by repealing this ordinance and not
I would say to those folks that there was no protections for LGBT people since HB2 has passed. There are none today. And to say that the city of Charlotte got suckered, I would say that the city of Charlotte did everything it could to act in good faith with a deal that was on the table, facilitated by Governor-elect Cooper, and that the leadership failed. It was the leadership who failed the people of North Carolina today, not the city of Charlotte.
I would just like to add one comment, Representative Audrey's, about Charlotte being constantly blamed for this. I could probably start listing right now, go on until midnight, a list of all the businesses that have left because of HB2. How many can they list that have left because of Charlotte's ordinance? Please have some silence.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, and I just had a quick question. So today, there was a moment that I thought was fairly telling when Dan Forrest basically shut down Tiger because he was comparing House Bill 2 to Jim Crow and civil rights limitations, I guess. And I've heard that a lot of times before, to be quite honest. And so it seems that there's sort of a disconnect in the conversation going on, and I'm just wondering how that's going to be handled, because it sounds like there's just a misunderstanding. They don't get the tie between the two that a lot of people brought up before. So if you wouldn't mind saying your name before you talk, that'd be great. It's just kind of new to the Raleigh politics scene.
Okay. Anybody want to address that individual? Well, let me just say this regarding House Bill 2 and its effect on human rights. If we just start there and say, this is about human rights. Let's just start at that level and everyone having the rights to be treated fairly as human beings. We start there, okay? This bill not only affects people's rights to be treated fairly as individuals, it also has other parts that affect the rights of citizens to be treated fairly in the workplace and otherwise. And so this is a really, I want to say pernicious, but a bill that is really wrapped in controversy, but has a disparate impact on the poor citizens, and as I said, their families and workers and people who need their jobs who won't be able to address that, and people who will be treated unfairly and won't be able to address that. So it's similar to Jim Crow laws, but we can go on and on about the discriminatory practices we've had against individuals in North Carolina, in our country. And this is about human rights. We all start there, we're all going to end there. And we should have this fight, have this discussion, but we should have eliminated House Bill 2. We promised to do it. We spent the citizens' money to come down here to do it. And the truth of the matter is, we have absolutely nothing to show. And that's just the fact. Whether people want to say what those facts mean, the fact is, we had a resolution to come down here, a proclamation, to address House Bill 2 and have a clean repeal bill. We did not do that, and we have no semblance of anything now that does anything near that. So whether Charlotte got snookered or stiff or tricked or whatever, they had a right to believe that their elected officials would act in good faith, that they would keep their word, and that the citizens of North Carolina could rely on that. That is proven not to be the case. Yes, sir.
Mr. Hall, is this the last best chance to repeal this thing, given the tenor of Mr. Berger and Mr. Cooper right now, and the tension between them? Was this the last best chance to get this off the books?
I can't say this is the last best chance, and I'll take observations on it. I'll say this. It is important beyond measure that we do the people's business. Every survey you get is going to tell you that people oppose this bill. Every analysis you get is going to tell you that financially and economically we're suffering because of this bill. And when these companies make these 5 and 10 year plans and locate in other countries or other states and do business, we won't get them back. We can only try to recall this bill, repeal this bill, and then get businesses going forward. We've lost hundreds of jobs, millions of dollars. We won't get that back. This can't be the last chance. It might have been the best chance immediately, but we're suffering too much in North Carolina. We're losing too many jobs and opportunities. Too many families are going to suffer and continue to suffer after this and because of this. So this can't be the last chance. We have to get this repealed. We have to do more and better for our citizens.
Yeah, let me just worried that Larry just started saying the conversation. This was not our last best chance. We're gonna have other chances. We're coming back in January in the long session. But that's not the point here. The point was that everybody appeared to be ready to make it the last best chance. And it backfired on not only us, but it backfired on them. They made commitments that they couldn't keep. They don't come in the legislative body not knowing what the county is. I mean, it's just that simple. If you didn't have numbers, you never should have called a special session, especially a governor that's outgoing. Now, whether, who knows what his purpose was really calling, but they thought they had, evidently thought they had the votes. But maybe that's an indictment on the school system. Nobody learned. Most of us went to public school. Some folks didn't learn to add, subtract, multiply, and divide.
Common Core math.
And so the problem is that we don't come into a legislative body anyway without knowing what the numbers are and being sure what they are. That's their error. And that's the error that they're going to have to deal with. That's the thing. I mean, even the most conservative individual will tell you if you make a commitment, then you ought to keep that commitment. You just
right, well, we thank you. All the members are available for individual interviews afterwards, so please see whoever you need to, for whatever part of the state. Thank you very much. See you next year.